Hello and welcome once again, folks. This is Kevin Cat's Pajamas Naki here for the IGN Pro League Top 10. Let's go ahead and get started here at number 10. We have Nurchio versus Goody in game number 1, and this was the fight that decided the game. There was a mass number of Vikings, and of course, what would a Goody match be without a bunch of mech? But here come the Corruptors, and the Broodlords are doing work at the front as well. Now, Nurchio is going to slide those Infestors you see at the back there. He's going to move those up. Unfortunately, these Vikings are going to clump up, and a couple of key fungal growths are going to knock them out. Goody had a great chance at taking this fight, but now he is going to be wrecked. All of those Vikings are going to go down, leaving him utterly defenseless. The Zerglings come in and mop up the rest, forcing Goody out of the game. Here at number 9, we have Whiterun versus Mana game number 1, and a PvP. What would it be without some 4-gate action? Here comes Whiterun in with a good number of Stalkers, and oh, poor Artosis Pylon powering 3 of those gateways. That's going to go down. Mana is not going to be able to reinforce, and he is going to be forced out of the game. And coming in here at number 8, we have Mana versus Nurchio. Nurchio doing that Nesty-style spine crawler rush. Looks like a Stargate trying to come up there for Mana, and look at the way he drops these structures behind the existing ones. He knows his front line is going to go down. Oh, the forge goes down, but a beautiful force field is able to sequester off many of those Zerglings. Continued structures being put at the back as Mana is just delaying until that Void Ray is able to come up. He's even going to drop a nice little gateway here at the back to continue to separate off that wall. Here comes the Void Ray now, finally starting to do work to all the spine crawlers. These cannons are in range as well. Better force fields going down once again. This Void Ray going to do work, take out all the spine crawlers. The Zerglings are still not going to stand a chance. They are all going to be killed, and Nurchio is going to be forced out of the game. And at number 7, we have Moonin versus Thorzane. And we take a look at Thorzane's vision here, and he notices these units moving out from Moonin, and that is his cue to attack. So this Tank Marine Medevac force is going to push up. These forces for Moonin are spread out everywhere. Beautiful Marine spread there out of Thorzane. He's going to clean up all of those tanks, completely catching this army out of position. He is going to end the game with this attack. And at number 6, everyone likes a good Brofester hit squad. And here comes Nurchio making his way up against Goody, dropping down the disgusting fungal growths. That is going to obliterate Goody's economy. Eventually, that will lead to the fight that we saw earlier, but Goody would not stand a chance. And that brings us to the halfway point here in the top 10. Coming in at number 5, we have Drewby versus Moonin, and Drewby has really been impressing me lately with some amazing plays, and Moonin, he decides to move out against this very small siege tank but huge Marine force, and look at the way all the Marine support goes down. Drewby flanking from the back as well, and the small handful of Marines is going to be able to obliterate these siege tanks. How is that even happening? Incredible control from Drewby. Here at number 4, we have Thorzane versus the Lush, game number 2, and Thorzane sees the opportunity is right to attack both of these hatcheries. So he's dropping in with a good number of Marines at both locations, stemming his way up to the 3 o'clock location as well, going to take out the Queen and focus the hatchery down. A bunch of roaches are going to move in, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. Down to the bottom right-hand corner as well, that small group of Marines is meeting no resistance, and it looks like both hatcheries are going to fall. Thorzane able to deny 2 bases at once. Beautiful play. And here at number 3, we have Nurchio versus Rhett, and Rhett doing a little bit of cheese. The early pool moving out with a bunch of Zerglings, and he's even pulling some drones behind this. Nurchio's pool isn't even up yet, only comes up when those units are halfway across the map. Rhett is going to drop down a couple of spine crawlers and attack with the Zerglings at the same time, but I don't know if that alone is going to be enough, as Nurchio putting down a spine crawler of his own. He has got so many drones here. Those drones are going to move out and start to attack. Those spine crawlers furiously trying to come up, but they are not going to be done in time. Nurchio going to be able to get the surround of the units, kill most of those Zerglings, kill all of the drones, and to be able to deny the spine crawlers from even coming up. And Nurchio is going to take game number 1. And at number 2, we have Idra versus Mana, game number 5, the deciding game in this set. And those Corruptors are doing work against the Colossi, but there are so many Blink Stalkers here, picking off a good number of those Roaches. They are going to blink underneath, pick off many of those Corruptors, and Idra letting us know what he feels about this matchup. Certainly doesn't like it, but here we have round number 2. Those Corruptors are doing work once again. The Blink Stalkers are moving back in packs. Such good micro out of Mana. He is going to take out all of those Roaches, and whoa! Idra throws down the you. And at number 1, we have Whiterun versus Nurchio, game 4, the final game of IPL Season 2. Nurchio going to make his way in with a good number of Mutas and Zerglings, and he is going to pick off so many workers. He ends up getting 35 worker kills. This gives him a huge economic advantage, but that didn't matter, as White Raw was building up an immense force, and those Mutas Insurgents so good at harassing, but not very good at attacking in a straight line engagement. Those Blame Stalkers going to prove more than Nurchio can hold. He is going to have to fall back while those Colossi pick away at the natural. That is going to force Nurchio out of the game. That is going to force him out of the tournament, and White Raw will become the IPL Season 2 champion. And that wraps it up for this week's IPL Top 10 Plays. This was Kevin Jamasnaki here for the IGN Pro League. For more episodes of this and other great StarCraft 2 programs, check out IGN.com/IPL. We'll catch you next time.